I mean, first of all, I know it goes without saying, and I speak for all the other guys in uniform and people around the state of Indiana, the university, and just all our IU folks, that we are thrilled, we're happy. I tweeted out something the other day that every pitch we make, every hit, every out is really making more history for our baseball program, because this is certainly uncharted territory for us. But we're thrilled, we're happy, but we feel like we got a lot of work left to do. I would say with regard to Florida State, you knew it wasn't going to be easy, and I was very, very nervous, even with I think it was a 6-run lead in the ninth, and I think that says what level of respect that I have for Florida State, and we can all learn from that, and that's a tremendous. So to be able to do that here, I don't think there's a better preparation for our team moving forward. I don't think we're going to face an environment like that on this planet the rest of the way. That was a tremendous atmosphere for our kids to play in. Unbelievable tradition at Florida State. Could not be happier that it happened here, because I think it makes a statement that hopefully it does, that it's not a fluke. I think our team is pretty good, and we'll see how we do moving forward.
Questions for coach and players?
Coach, can you mentioned going into uncharted territory. Can you put this win in perspective? Coming down here, winning on the road, winning 2 straight, going against the fans, first time in the Super Regional, I believe. Now, first time going to a World Series. Can you?
Well, honestly, it's when you get to this point in the season, you kind of step back as a coach and you trust your team. There was a point in the middle of our season, Michigan State weekend, we lost on 3 walk-offs, and it was very simple at the end of that series. It was like, guys, we trust you as coaches. It's your team, whatever type of year. It's going to be led, certainly by you. We're going to push some buttons here and there, but this is a player's team, and I think that's what was the most impressive for me, is these guys genuinely believe. I can say that, I've been coaching at this level now for 20 years or close to 20 years. And so I was a little, I could just taste it. I wanted this badly. And just by me getting to the field and being around my players gave me confidence, because I saw that these guys were confident. In terms of perspective, someone helped me here, but the last Big Ten team to make it was
Michigan, 84.
84. I was a senior in high school in 84. And I remember I should have said that. I remember watching those teams, Bud Midall coach teams with Barry Larkin and Sable, all those guys. I remember watching that. It's hard for me to believe that it's been that long. Hear that? I'm just a young guy, but I'm happy for our league too, because, and I said it out there on the post-game interview, people don't understand what Northern conferences, Northern schools have to go through to get to this point, and I'm happy that we're able to carry the torch, if you will, for some of the schools in our league to say that you can do this. And so from that perspective, I think that's equally as important, that we do play good baseball up north. And yes, we start a little slow sometimes because of things that are outside our control, but hopefully we legitimize that with a tough road win at Florida State.
Keeping going on that, what do you think this does for Northern baseball? I mean, what do you think? Obviously, you've proven something, but what do you think this does for?
Well, I think it's just, truthfully, probably a feather in the cap, because you've had your Notre Dames. I don't know how we classify Louisville. They're 2 hours south of us. That's kind of a program that we've tried to model ourselves after in terms of trying to get to the World Series. But I saw what it did for their program in terms of recruiting. So we hope that. Certainly we benefit, but I hope that our league benefits from it.
Coach, they catch you off guard a little bit with the Powerade bat again there?
I think it was water, I hope.
Was it?
Yeah, they got me this time. I evaded that at the conference tournament. I had my stealthy moves, but I wasn't quite ready, and I think they broke my sunglasses too. So we'll run when we get back. But in all honesty, this is a good group of guys, and not. I keep saying this every step of the way, not because we won. If we did the first press conference, I'd be saying the same thing. This has been the best group of guys, easiest group of guys to coach, and I'm happy that they get to experience this.
Coach, I'm sorry.
We have fun, as you see.
Could you talk about the job Will did? Just seemed like in that situation, both days really.
Yeah, well, he grew up, and I said it after last night's game, and this is no disrespect to the other kids on our staff, but it's more based on the stuff and what the Florida State hitters were doing. I said if we didn't have Will Corson-Carr yesterday, we don't win that game. Where they were in their lineup, how he was able to keep them off guard, and I would say the same thing today. You got to have a breaking ball again. You got to have a secondary pitch that you're throwing over against those guys, and in our opinion, it was you have to have a good breaking ball. And for him to do what he did and get ahead with the fastball and being able to throw that breaking ball, we're probably not sitting in this position. And I just said he really grew up this week, because you're not ever going to pitch in front of a friendly hostile crowd like that ever again. Oxymoron there.
Fellas, you guys obviously said this is a goal at the beginning of the year, but when it actually happens, when you actually get the last out and it's over, what goes through your mind? Just what is this like to actually get to Omaha?
You asked me that question in 2 days. It still has not hit me. I mean, it's surreal, but it was a goal. It's one thing we need to check off. And, yeah, I'm in shock still.
Want to add to that, fellas?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know, it's an experience meant dream now since you've been a little kid, and it just finally hit. And you know, I feel like it just still hasn't hit me yet.
Was there a point in this year? I mean, you guys can keep going too. Samuel, you want to say something?
Yeah, he just said, like, this is what you dream about as a little kid. You know, you watch College World Series on TV, you dream about it, and the fact that it's actually happening, it just feels like you're living in a dream. It's an unbelievable experience.
At what point did this start to feel realistic to you guys? I mean, obviously you set the goal and you put it down there, but at what point in this season did you start to look at this and say, you know what, we might really get there?
I don't know. I mean, I think game one, you know, we came out, and I just feel like our team was just so like strong. We've practiced, we worked hard all year. You know, we went through a tough fall. You know, we came through in winter and just grinded through everything, and it's been unbelievable.
Question for Tracy and Casey. What does it mean to be making this historic run for Indiana, but also being able to do it together?
I'll let you answer first.
I mean, every step of the way, it's magical. I would say I don't want to sit back and look at it until everything's done. I think the best part is just keep going, another step. Just having the whole family around, grandparents, everyone. I'm doing this with my dad, and it's I can't even put it into words. And it's 2013, and I'm 20. He's 13. I think it's the magic.
He means that by numbers, but I think he means that both ways.
For my, let's face it. I mean, I think I am the head coach at Indiana University, so every decision that I make in this program is in the best interest of the 35 guys on the roster. But I think we're kidding ourselves if there's not that part of you that, I mean, those of you in this room that are parents, and if you've ever attended a band recital, a dance recital, a sporting event that your child is performing in, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't have kids, wait. It's a feeling that it's sickening. It puts a knot in your stomach because you want it so badly for your kids. I think it's been tough on him because he doesn't have a dad to go to complain about the things that you complain about your head coach. So for us to be able to share this type of thing together, I couldn't have written it any better, and it couldn't mean more to me as a parent. And when you're wearing that dual hat, you don't get to have many of those moments. But we had a nice moment at the end of the game, so something I'll remember for a long time.
Sam, how important was it for you to come up and hit that home run right after they tied the game and really kind of snatch the momentum back?
Yeah, we knew we had to put up some runs because they came back and tied the game, and we knew they had the momentum going in, but we had to just take it right back, get back on top, and it was good to just get something going for us.
Coach, in the same line, is it a feeling of relief to get right back up on top like that?
We needed that because I felt like that game was kind of teetering there. Again, this is a mature team. We played maturely all year, but that was huge. I thought it kind of zapped a little bit of that crowd energy out. It was a big hit, but we knew they were going to make another run or two at some point. But yeah, I'd much rather have that lead than sitting there in a tie ball game with 3 to 4 innings to go.
Tracy, it seemed like for 2 days, every time Florida State pushed you guys, you were able to push back. I mean, did that impress you the way your guys were able to?
Yeah, I don't think you do that unless you have confident, talented kids. I mean, you know, and that's the one thing that we just said about don't get caught up in and again, this is no disrespect. If anything, it's respectful that it's Florida State. I mean, this is a storied program. It's one of the best programs, has been a long time. Don't get caught up in what it says in their jersey. Don't get caught up in the crowd. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just be 9 guys versus their 9 guys, and let's be better than those 9 guys. And I think our guys had confidence in that. They felt like that they could do that. And I certainly offensively, I thought we were this weekend.